All right, so I'm in the middle of a process of packing my bearings, and I took the drums off instead of using the Dexter ez-lube, and this is why. At least one of them. Looks like my drums. Yeah, let's take a look at them. I mean, yeah, they need machining or replacement. And this old grease seal looks like it was on the verge of failure. Of course, that's super bad for your brakes. Grease is a lubricant, not a stopping agent. But the first thing I noticed, as I'll show you in a minute, is the brake shoes. So this has been fun. As I mentioned, I was doing a routine bearing pack, and they found that the brakes were needing some help. I did that last night. I thought it was going to rain. I didn't want my spindles to get wet. That's what these are. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there you can tell the condition of the brake lining. Like it's still got, it's not worn out, but it's all pitted like that. I don't understand why, but I'm going to replace it. And this is the 12 by 2 Lippert brakes, and it's got 5 bolts. Really easy to replace. Just replace the 5 bolts, cut the wire, and rehook the wire up again. The torque on those bolts here, Lippert says 35 to 50 pounds. I don't know why they couldn't make up their mind on one setting, but that's what they tell you. And the wire, when you buy the brakes, they do come with clips, but I'll show you what I use. So I wanted to guarantee that they were waterproof over the long term. I've had a package of these. It's been a great thing to have, and it goes by gauge. But yeah, these things, you melt them on with a heat gun, and the little blue thing you see there, or red, depending on which one it is, that's a water seal. So when you heat shrink this on, it's totally waterproof, and that solder ring melts, sort of, enough to get a good seal, but it's waterproof. So yeah, that's what I used before, and I just kept the clips that they supplied. Yeah, that's what Lippert supplied in the package, and they work. I'm assuming they're waterproof, but they're super easy to put on. But I just like these things a lot. Here's a better view of what happened to the brakes. I don't understand why. They're on the back of all 4 brakes. It's looking like that. And this one here, that's the front shoe. Yeah, it's in better shape. And this is the brakes that I bought. And be careful if you're buying these. There is a right and a left, so you gotta have 2 of each, assuming you have a tandem axles. All right, well that looks much better. Nice new brake shoes, everything cleaned up. Torqued those 5 nuts to 40 foot-pounds because it said 35 to 50. So yeah, that was super easy. You didn't need to see me tightening on the bolts, did you? And yeah, I just gotta grab the heat gun and do up those wire connections. And as far as I know, it's really important that they don't leak because they will corrode over time. And this is going to be on the road for a few more years. Okay, that looks so much better now. I wonder if the condition of the drums had anything to do with the brake pads or brake lining deteriorating. I don't really know. But this should be good. Now, it's just load them up with grease, new grease, and get them on. I've done that in a previous video, packing the bearings, so yeah, that's it.